Apologies for, I just look like this now.
This should make me feel bad.
Kill boy.
Kid boy!
So I've been stuck in the house all this week because I'm at home. I'm recovering from surgery. Just one of many very cool things that I've done recently. I thought I'd do a bit of a Cube Boy HQ update because there's a lot going on this week. I figured since I'm stuck at home, I may as well do some stuff. So these guys, the Regurgitator art toys, have been going off, which has been amazing. The response to them has been like, just overwhelmingly positive. Since I released my last video, the band has seen them and really liked them, which is incredible. The management reached out to me. I'm going to send them some more sets, which is really cool. And a lot of people have been contacting me wanting some. So I was really only planning to make a set for myself, for the band and for the exhibition, but I'm going to do a very, very small run, and they're going to be available very shortly. Probably by the time this video is out, they will be for pre-sale on my website, so check out for links and stuff below. So I figured I'd show you what's going on in Cube Boy HQ in the workshop, and also just a quick update on a few other cool things that I'm working on. So a little bit more organized than last time. Here is about, I think, 30 figures worth of Regurgitator parts, kind of organized. Most have already been cleaned up and are ready for painting. I've got 2 figures here that just need to get demolded. I think they're the last ones I need to make, so I'll do those in a second. Here's a few bits and pieces, and I'm currently cleaning up little tiny imperfections that I needed to fix, or just tidying up the figures when there's a bit of flash or something that needs to be tidied up before painting. So because I still had the molds, I churned out a couple more of these MOSS-E-WOK bodies, and I had a bunch of limbs that were just sitting there, so I think I've got enough to make about 3 more figures. And I've also got a couple of these guys, which are the MOSS-E-WOK in Carbonite. This thing you've probably seen in the background of a bunch of shots recently, and this is Toxic Travis, who is going to be the next big piece I'm working on, the follow-up to my giant Skelecube. This one's like a toxic ooze, slimy guy.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like, it's just nicer.
It rolls off the tongue better.
So this is, I don't know, probably about 80% finished sculpt-wise. I'm reusing the box part. I've got to make a brand new face, and I've got to refine all the arms and legs just a little bit. But basically the idea is he's like a toxic ooze boy that's dripping out of the box. And speaking of box, this is the first prototype. And that project is going to be based on like 80s gross out toys. Like, basically the idea is they're a square, or rather a cube on brand, version of Mad Balls. Here's a commercial for Mad Balls.
Mad balls, gross for one, gross for all. We play with a mad ball, they're gross, funny, yucky, sick. There's 8, so you can take your pick. We throw, catch, it's fun. There's so much gross in every one. Mad ball, mad ball.
Freaky fun for everyone, sold separately from Amtoy.
My idea is I'm going to make a weird like 80s gross out toy that come in cubes along the same line as Mad Balls, kind of real gross, fleshy looking big eyeballs, lots of veins and teeth and guts and spit and blood. I haven't landed on a name yet. I'm tossing up between, obviously they're based on Mad Balls. It's like a very obvious, you know, take on that. So I'm thinking either they're going to be called Mad Cubes, Cube Balls, or Crazy Cubes, maybe crazy with a K, you know, very 80s style. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below which name jumps out to you more. Mad Cubes, Cube Balls, which I think is pretty dumb because they're not balls, they're cubes. So yeah, Mad Cubes, Cube Balls, or Crazy Cubes, a way less copyright infringement inducing name. Yeah, let me know which one you think for my cool, weird, 80s style, gross out, cube style art toys. So I've got lots to do today. I've also got to get to Officeworks at some point today since I'm allowed to drive again today. I want to get there and I'm going to try and print off all the card backs for the Regurgitator figures so I can have them at least done by the end of the week. So when the figures are all painted and done, they're all ready to get chucked in and shipped off. But let's do some work. Let's unbox some mold parts. So I won't show you every single one here. I'll just open a couple of these. So this is, I think, one of the earlier molds. This is the torso. But just so, you've seen me do this process before probably, but so just taking this guy out of the mold. It's looking good. So obviously you just got to chop off this little paw spout stem. Then you got yourself a torso. This is a set of legs. If you want to know how I made any of these molds, I've done plenty of videos early on in the channel of how to make molds. There's a leg. There's another leg, a little bit of flash to clean up there, but no big deal. This is, arms are very hard, so sometimes these don't always turn out perfect. Arms, are just because they've got lots of tiny little pieces, are often the piece that I need to clean up the most. But let's see how these ones turned out. See if I can get these out without breaking anything. Beautiful. Just for shits and giggles, this is one of the computer heads. Let's demold that and see how that one turned out. A little bit of cleanup to do on that. That's how they come out of the mold anyway. Chop all these little spouts off and then tidy it up, and then it's ready for painting. I also still have the molds for all the parts for Skelecube, so I'm tempted, because they're all over here still, to make one or two more. Not that I'm not already juggling 7 different projects, but I'd like to make a couple more, and I want to do one that's maybe like in a Masters of the Universe Skeletor style color scheme. So that's something you'd be interested in, or if you just want to see me make more of the regular Skelecubes because you didn't get one, and they were very limited edition and you want one. If you want some, let me know in the comments below. Let me know everything in the comments below. Let's get some sweet community engagement. It's always good for the algorithm. So all the parts are finally cleaned up and ready for painting. So there's a full array of torsos and legs and arms and heads. There's a bunch over here that I just finished tidying up. And I'm just going to get them over there and start painting. Let's do it. Paint drying outside. I've done all I can do for now, but I do have this big stack of the printed card backs that I printed yesterday that I've got to fold now. So I'm going to make a cup of tea and fold some card backs. I ordered a light box, but it hasn't arrived yet. So basically what I need to do is I need to hold them up to the window and fold them in half and make sure that the front and the back are perfectly aligned so that when I put the cardboard part in them, it's all straight and I chop them up and I don't accidentally chop off any edges. So it's a bit of a painstaking process, but you know, we do what we do. It's time to glue some card backs. Glue. So you don't have to watch any more of this shit. Just putting some weights on the card backs just to keep them nice and flat as they dry. And I've got this perfect bag of rocks that I normally put on top to weigh them down, and it weighs about 5 kilograms. I've just had surgery. And I'm not supposed to lift anything for like another couple of weeks that's more than 5 kilos. So just to be safe, I'm not using my usual bag of rocks. These only weigh 1 kilo each, so Dr. Fu, I'm not letting you down, bro. Got some legs that are primed, just need to get painted. Got some torsos and heads, need to get painted. And then all we got left, other than a few spare bits and pieces, are all the arms that need to get painted. So let's try and get that done today. Said it before and I'll say it again. Sometimes you gotta drill your babies. Never intended to make any more of these MOSS-E-WOKs, but I still had the molds and I realized that I had a bunch of arms and legs left over from the last batch. So all I really needed to do was just cast a few more parts. I had enough to make 3 more, so there'll be 3 more of those up on the website real soon. Alright, a little bit of a workshop update. Apologies for, I just look like this now. So I've got a bunch of stuff to do today. I've got to board and glue these card backs for my MOSS-E-WOK and MOSS-E-WOK in carbonite figures that I've got left over. I've got a whole bunch of Regurgitator figures. Most of the card backs are done, but I've got to finish those off with the blister packs. I've got to finish painting all the Regurgitator figures. I've got to put the magnets in them. I've got to assemble them. I've got to do a little bit of photography. I've got to update my website. So there's lots to do. We're just going to jump straight back into it. Got a bunch of arms here, bunch of legs, tub full of torsos and heads. Got to paint these guys up as well. I'm going down to Bunnings to pick up a very cheap, like laser scope tripod, you know, that fits a camera on it. Cheap and cheerful, but it'll do the job until I get a better one at some point. But more importantly, lunch. It's a little known fact that if you go to Bunnings on the weekend and you don't buy a sausage, you can go to jail. Ooh, look at this new cheap tripod I got. It's perfectly adequate. So I'm just doing a yellow wash on all the Regurgitator shirt parts, so the arms and the torsos, just so they're not too bright white. I want them to be a little bit off white. Strap in, kids. We're about to glue in 40 million magnets. It's the end of the day, which means that it's now nighttime. I didn't film much of today because quite frankly it was boring and you've seen a lot of it already. But now I've got a tray full of heads. I've just finished cutting out all of these little faces from these printouts that I did. And now I'm gonna glue all the faces onto the heads and then I'm gonna be done for the day. So fucking strap in for another time lapse. The Marvel Encyclopedia, not just an amazing source of resources for nerds, but also a very heavy book. And then we got some Regurgitator faces ready to go. I never want to have to paint that many tiny ties ever again. So the last thing I need to do before putting a satin clear coat on all of the figures is put the magnets in the final torsos and then put those MOSS-E-WOKs together and package them up. We're good to go. Magnets. How do they work?
Water, fire, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets. How do they work?
And here I am, editing the very video that you're currently watching. Woo! Trippy as fuck. Thanks so much for watching. This has been a couple of weeks since I started this video. Behind the scenes creating the Regurgitator art toys, some more MOSS-E-WOKs in Carbonite, some MOSS-E-WOKs and a few other bits and pieces. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, subscribe and all that stuff that helps the channel grow. And of course, if you're watching this video, it means all these toys that I made are now live at the website cubeboycollectables.square.site. So jump over there right now and buy some stuff if you want it. There's a whole bunch of other videos on this channel. I hope you check them out, and see you next time. Cube Boy.